Hi, it's Ali here with GTRstore. We got done with orange amps. What do you got here?
We have the brand new VT1000 valve tester. And maybe to some of you, you're looking at kind of like, I've always wanted one of these, and some of you are like, valve tester, how is that going to possibly be something I'm going to use? If you use pedals to kind of get the gain in front of your amplifier, which many of us do, myself included, in many ways pedals are basically mimicking a great tube circuit. About 30 years ago, Ibanez came out with a tube screamer because many of the amps were non-master volume or non-cascading gain, and we started using pedals like the tube screamer or the DS1 because they did a great job of mimicking what you can do inside a really great amplifier. What's great now is, a couple of years later, there are many great multi-gain stage amplifiers in the market. So what this essentially enables you to do is kind of test a tube, but it also enables you to rate how much gain very effectively on a scale from 1 to 15 that tube has. So it basically means you can craft exactly how much gain you're getting per preamp. And if you're, say, for example, on Monday night you're doing a country gig, you want a tube that's got less gain. On a Tuesday night as your metal gig, you're probably wanting something more gain. And really, the important thing about that is if you think about an amplifier, the sorts of things you're going to do for a country amplifier, you don't want a lot of distortion in the front end of the amplifier. Where a metal amp, that's exactly where you're getting your distortion with a little bit of power amp overdrive as well, which is why this thing also tests power amp tubes. And the thing about power amp tubes is where you can hot swap your preamp tubes at will. Power amp tubes, you either need to have the orange OV4 not to use with this unit, but this allows you to hot swap your power amp valves without having to rebias your amp. You can mix and match them literally right out of the box. The OV4 is now available in a self-fit kit, which basically means you can pop it into your amp and it's ready to go. And literally you can mix and match Fender-style tubes, like 6V6s and 6L6s, as well as kind of the traditional English-style EL34s and so on. So this enables you to test your own match pairs. It enables you to establish whether your power amp tubes are going to be early distortion, average, or late distortion. Literally, you can kind of craft your own circuit by the tubes in the same way that we mix and match pedals on our pedal boards. Very powerful. It's great for stores to be able to get consistent tube results from amplifiers, especially as they come in used. Sometimes the tube is going to come in very worn. You want to be able to kind of get it back to the original spec.
Oh, yeah.
And for studios and for guitar techs, but really ultimately I think the biggest value is going to be to like gear geeks like myself. I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to craft exactly how much gain I'm going to get out of my preamp and power amp tubes. First is the Orange OR100. It's a 100 watt amp. You can scale the power from 100 watts to 70 to 50 to 30. Really the thing about this amplifier is being able to kind of manipulate the headroom at different wattages, and really you're able to kind of elicit different types of things from the amp as an end result. We're going to start off with a clean channel. Down by my left foot here, there's a little kind of a gain boost guy that I'm going to every so often introduce, and it's just it's kind of like a built-in tube screamer into the circuit, which is so cool because you're always looking for just a little bit more from the amplifier. I think just about every player, they've got their perfect amp and they're like, I just need something just a little bit more. So I'm going to keep it out, and then I'll try and announce when I bring it in. So we're just going to start off on the clean channel. We're going to be using full power, all 4 power tubes. And really what I'm trying to do with this sound, kind of imitating the kind of Hendrixy kind of. So I'm going to bring in the gain. Subtle, but it just kind of, here's out, here's in. Just adds a little bit more of a kind of a blackfacey vibe. And all right, you've also got an effects loop, so here's a little bit. Really pretty clean channel. All right. I'm going to switch over to the dirty channel. Going to take the delay out, gain boost off. Just kind of more of a little more volume there. So you've got a kind of a basic rhythm tone. You can add a little bit more. So you can kind of bring it down for the verse. Bring it up. right, now we're going to bring up.
Oh yeah.
A little bit more of the high gain sound.
Yeah.
So
What?
so there's a little bit going on in the Dirty Channel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Really dope.
yeah, it's an incredibly versatile amplifier, and it's just kind of, the neat thing is people's responses are kind of like, wow, it just kind of gets better and more and better and more, and it's just neat.
Yeah.
So it just does a lot of great things. We're gonna now move over to the Custom Shop 50.
Great.
It's a 50 watt at Class AB amplifier, 30 watts at Class A, and it kind of toggles between more of a kind of an American sound in Class AB and then kind of more of a British sound in Class A.
Okay. Yeah.
Chiming.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, let's bring on gain in that same selection. We're on Class A, by the way. All right, so let's flip the
Awesome.
class mode. That switch is on the back of this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring the gain down a little bit. There's kind of more of a vintagey. We're gonna bring the gain up. What's neat is it's very responsive to the touch. I'm going to bring the gain up. That's Custom Shop 50, all hand wired, beautiful amplifiers. You saw it it just inspires different things, and especially if you're a player who loves to plug straight into the front end of the amplifier. Literally, I'm going to try and experiment here. I have no idea what I'm going to do other than I'm going to twist some knobs here. And it basically, you write in response to where the amp is at, or you dial the amp into the spot where you want it to be and write from that. Really great tool for songwriters and players. Thanks so much.